G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Box with G5 Jeff TV. That's BOXWIT G5 Jeff TV. And if you guys don't mind, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. PBC on Bounce TV. Tony Harrison went up against Ishe Smith, TMT's own Ishe Smith, and it was a 10-round fight, and Tony Harrison won a split decision versus Ishe Smith. Now, for the people that don't know what Bounce TV is, it's relatively a new TV station. It's not in a lot of cable packages. I actually had to download an app. It was called Brown Sugar, and actually stream the fight that way. But basically any PBC fight that's on Bounce TV, the app Brown Sugar is the app to download so you can actually live stream some of those PBC fights on Bounce TV. Now, Tony Harrison, he was a highly touted 154 pounder, and he had 2 losses on his record. One was to Willie Nelson, the other one was to the current 154 pound champion of the world, Jarrett Swift Hurd. Now, in the Willie Nelson fight, Tony Harrison was outboxing him, winning the fight, and he started wearing down back half of the fight and got caught by a shot, and he just went down and couldn't recover. He ended up stopping the fight. Same thing with Jarrett Swift Hurd. He was outboxing Jarrett Hurd. He was up on the cards, and I think 9th round, that must be his kryptonite, but 9th round, he ended up, throwing a lazy jab. It was, lazy with the movement. Jarrett Swift Hurd just countered with a right hand right over the top. Got him up out of there. Tony Harrison can outbox probably about 90% of the 154 pounders in the world. And there hasn't been a fight where he wasn't up on the cards. Like, the man can box. He's good. But the thing is with him, the only question is really stamina. That's his question. That's his issue. Stamina. Can he be tight with his technique later on in the fight as he is early in the fight? So that's the main thing that I was looking for in this fight against Ishe Smith. Ishe Smith, we really don't have to speak that much on him. I mean, he's been up against some of the top guys in the world, goes up against any and everybody. He's the first world champion to come out of Vegas. And, Ishe Smith, 39 years old, just a quality guy, quality fighter, quality opponent. We know what we're getting out of Ishe Smith, but all of the questions was with Tony Harrison. And you can tell with this fight that Tony Harrison made a concerted effort to, pace himself. Like, first 2 rounds, he was just filling Ishe Smith out. You could tell he wasn't putting a lot on his punches. And actually, Austin Trout was on the commentary, and he even seen it, and he was like, "Yo, like, Tony Harrison's kind of just probing right now. He's not really putting a lot of mustard on his shots." But he wasn't putting a lot of mustard on his shots because he was trying to conserve energy for later on in the fight. And Ishe Smith was throwing shots, but he didn't press him enough to make him really go into the gas tank. And Tony Harrison hurt Ishe Smith a couple times in the fight. I think he hurt him in the 3rd round, and with a beautiful right hand. And he almost threw the right hand where Ishe Smith was going to be, like, not exactly where he was, you know what I'm saying, just anticipating where his chin was going to be, and ended up landing. And it wasn't a knockdown, but they called it a knockdown, but it was so close you couldn't even blame the referee for calling it a knockdown. And then I think Ishe Smith was in trouble probably about 3 other times in the fight. But Tony Harrison, he looked good. He stood tall. He stood tall. Like, he didn't really squat down. I'm not a big fan of people that squat down for defense, or get low for defense, like Erickson Rubin and Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is a prime example of that. but Tony Harrison stayed tall, and not all of his shots were kill shots. Some of them were just shots that was just trying to look for the opening. Then when he seen the opening, then he would unload. And he really just, fought cool, fought relaxed until he got Ishe Smith in trouble, and then he just started turning up on him. But Tony Harrison was really, really impressive in that fight. If you know the background of Tony Harrison, if you've seen Tony Harrison for the first time in that fight, you may not have been super impressed. But if you know the history of him, that was impressive compared to the Tony Harrison that we've seen in the 2 losses in his career. Now, with this fight being a split decision, bullshit. Like, this fight wasn't no split decision. Like, Tony Harrison clearly won this fight. And the thing that's funny is Ishe Smith always talks about the judging in Vegas. Like, he's been jobbed a couple times. This fight, he actually got benefit of the doubt, a lot of benefit of the doubt, because I had Ishe Smith clearly losing the fight. Like, he really didn't land anything really big, anything really significant. Tony Harrison was, like I said, staying tall, really wasn't squatting down, and he was doing a lot of upper body movement. He had his hands positioned in a shoulder roll position, but he was using a lot of head movement, body movement. He wasn't lazy with the defense, and that's what I like to see in fighters, period. But y'all let me know what y'all think of Tony Harrison. Let me know what y'all think of the fight. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.